All right. So I got a question for you, sis. It's our 21-day self-care challenge, and we are wrapping things up this week. But today, it's Thankful Thursday. Are you thankful? That's the t-shirt. It's Thankful Thursday. I'm thankful. I try to be thankful every single day. But for you, today, I got some questions for you. What are you thankful for? Do you practice thankfulness often? See, we get so busy in our lives that we forget to take a pause and just be thankful. That's right. So here's your friendly reminder. Be thankful. Why is it so important for us as women over 40 to be thankful? Sometimes life shows up, it gets us down. Sometimes people don't show up the way we need them to show up. They don't do the things we expect them to do. I know. Yeah, they don't do it. And the truth of the matter is, life is just lifing sometimes. And as we get older, listen, we just can't handle the things the way we used to. And that's okay. Because as we learn ourselves, we begin to learn our limits and the things that we will and will not put up with anymore. We begin to be thankful for the things that we have and be okay with the things that we don't have. Not see it in a way of lack, but just not needing it in that moment. So here are 4 reasons why you need to practice thankfulness. Why you need to be thankful. Here's the first reason why you need to be thankful, why you need to practice thankfulness this Thursday. Here we go. Here's the first one. It helps to develop a positive and optimistic mindset. All right, here we go. I know some of you, let's just be honest, some of you don't like getting older. Some of you don't like adulting. Some of you are in perimenopause and menopause and you cursing this place you're in every single day. Okay, number 1, stop doing that. All right? Being thankful helps to create a positive and optimistic mindset. That's what you need for this 2.0 version of your life. Let's just be honest. The first few years of your life, when somebody else was raising you and caring for you and taking care of you, those years don't even count. 1 through 18, 1 through 19, whatever those years, those years don't even count. Your 20s, you were out there wilding out. Some of you were parents in your 20s because we're now in our 40s and 50s. So some of y'all may have been parents in your 20s. You weren't even really doing what you wanted to do in your 20s. Now we're in our 30s. And you still not really doing your thing, but you kind of coming into it a little bit. Like, who am I really? What am I really about? Then you hit your 40s, and your 40s are like, oh, wait a minute. This is what it feels like to be adulting. But then you hit these fabulous 50s where some of us find ourselves. I just turned 54. And guess what, y'all? I plan on living at least 40 more years. And with the 40 years coming up, oh, I'm doing this my way. Like, I am so thankful that I've got the next 40 years coming because I get to go into them with experience. I get to go into them with wisdom. I get to go into them what I feel is the best version of my life. Why? Because I'm thankful for everything that I experienced before that created the Tracy that stands before you now. You can't go in and demonize the person you were before. You can't go in and look down on the woman that you were before because she's made you the woman you are today. That's why you got to be thankful for her. So being thankful helps to reduce stress because I don't stress about the things I used to stress about in my 20s and 30s and 40s. I don't do that in my 50s. I don't get anxious about those things that I don't have control over because I understand now that control is an illusion, really and truly. And instead of focusing on the things I can't control, I focus on the things that I really and truly do have control over. What is that? I have control over me. I have control over how I think. I have control over how I show up. I have control over who I be. Yes, I said be. Not what I do, but who I am being. That's what I have control over. I don't get depressed about the mistakes that I've made in the past because I can't go back and change them. Remember, I've told you that anxiety is rooted in the future and depression is rooted in the past. I don't get stressed. I don't have anxiety, and I don't get depressed because I'm learning how to be this version of Tracy. So being present right now is what I'm thankful for. And that's the number one reason why you need to be thankful, because it helps to develop a positive mindset, an optimistic mindset. What are you looking forward to in your future? What are you optimistic about in your future? What gets you excited about your future? That's number one. Number two, being thankful promotes physical wellness. I know, but let me break it down for you. You are mind, body, and spirit, sis. All three. So when the mind is not well, you're not going to be well physically. When you're physically not well, you're not going to be well mentally, emotionally. You're one person with all of those aspects: mind, body, and spirit. So being thankful helps to lower your blood pressure. I know you got high blood pressure. Let's just be honest. You a black woman in America with a whole bunch of responsibility. You got high blood pressure, right? But not only that, but the physical side of this too is that as we get older women, all the estrogen that we have in our bodies, yes, yes, yes. As you go through perimenopause and menopause and your estrogen starts to wane, your blood pressure goes up, right? And so now they want you on statins. Now they want you out on high blood pressure medication. But when you begin to practice the gift of thankfulness, notice I said gift, it helps to lower your blood pressure. Now, I ain't finna say it's a miracle drug. I'm not finna say that. But what I am saying is that being mindful and practicing gratitude and thankfulness will help you to stress less, which automatically reduces your blood pressure. When I say it promotes your physical health, not only does it lower your blood pressure, but it also improves your sleep. How many of y'all want more sleep? Like, yes. Thank you, Jesus, for sleep. And you struggle going to sleep. Why? Because you're trying to control the things that you don't have control over. You're getting anxious over the what if. You're getting frustrated over the things you wish you had done and being depressed over those things. But being thankful helps to improve your sleep, because as you're falling to sleep at night, instead of being anxious over the things you don't have control over, I want you to start telling God that you're thankful and grateful and start rattling off. Lord, I'm thankful and grateful that I got a roof over my head. Lord, I'm thankful and grateful that I got a bed to sleep in. Lord, I'm thankful and grateful that I have my mind intact. Lord, I'm thankful and grateful that I got a job to get up to, even though some of you might not like your job. That I'm thankful and grateful that I got a job that pays me, maybe not as much as you want, but pays you so that you can enjoy the things that you enjoy in life. Yeah. So instead of being anxious over the things you don't have control over as you're trying to fall asleep at night, I want you to flip the script and I want you to start talking to yourself about the ways that you're thankful. That's going to help with your physical health. Here's why. The more sleep you get, the lower your blood pressure. Guess who's going to start feeling physically better? That's you, sis. You're going to start feeling physically better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. And remember we talked about meal prepping? Oh yeah. You're going to start eating better. And when you start doing those things stack on each other. And before you know it, you're now in a better place, both mentally and physically. So being thankful promotes physical wellness. Here's the third reason why it's important to be thankful on this Thankful Thursday. It improves your relationships. Now, before I get started with that, some of you like, yeah, no, I got some relationships I need to get rid of anyway. That's a good thing because you recognize that those relationships are no longer serving you in the way that you need them to serve you. They're no longer bringing out the best in you. Instead, they're causing you stress and anxiety, which means they're a relationship that you might need to let go of. So when I say improves relationships, I also mean that as well. You recognize there are some people that you got to limit access to you. Yeah, there's some people that you got to go, wait a minute. I can't talk to this person every day because this person doesn't bring out the best of me. I can't talk to this person every day because when I finish talking to this person, I am so emotionally drained that I have nothing left for the rest of the day. Yeah, it improves relationships as well because there are some relationships that you know you need to nurture. There are some relationships that you know that when you're around the person, they bring out the best in you. There are some relationships that here's it, because you show up better, the relationship is better. Remember this, relationships are built from the inside out. The better you are at loving yourself, paying attention to yourself. Remember yesterday we talked about what I noticed, Winning Wednesday, what I noticed. The better you are at paying attention to yourself, the better you are at loving yourself, the better you are at showing up for yourself. Those things internally now show up for other people externally. So you can't be a better friend to somebody else than you are being a better friend to yourself. You can't be a better lover to somebody else than you are a lover of yourself. That ain't arrogant, that ain't conceited. Self-love is self-care. So the better you are at caring for yourself, the better you are at loving yourself, the better you're going to be at loving other people. Sometimes I hear women say this, I don't trust other people. Well, you show me a person that doesn't trust other people, I'll show you a person that doesn't trust themselves. Because our relationships with other people are built on the relationship that we have with ourselves. So the more thankful you are, the more you engage with yourself, it will improve your outer relationships. Remember, relationships are built from the inside out. Here's the fourth reason why you need to be thankful this Thursday. I call it Thankful Thursday. Here we are, the fourth reason why you need to be thankful. It supports the self-care lifestyle that we're trying to develop now. In this 21-day challenge, I hope that you have learned so many strategies that you can incorporate in your own self-care lifestyle. Remember, I told you self-care is not an option, it's a lifestyle. You're choosing to do this self-care. Self-care helps us to lift our moods. Self-care gives us a positive outlook on life. Menopause and perimenopause and getting into our 40s, 50s, and 60s and on up in life doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be frustrating. It doesn't have to be a sad time in our lives. It doesn't have to be a depressing time in our lives. Actually, it can be the best time of our lives. You know why? Because we are in charge of how we feel. We are in charge of how we show up. And the more thankful and grateful we are as the women that we are, here's what I want you to think about. And I'm going to end our conversation here. If you can show up and be great for everybody else, that same energy that you give to your kids, that same energy that you give to your spouse, that or significant other, that same energy that you give to your job, that same energy that you give to your friends, that same energy that you give to everybody else. Imagine how it would feel if you gave that same energy to yourself. I want you to be thankful for who you are. I want you to be thankful for whose you are. I want you to be thankful that you still have life and life more abundantly, because you do. Listen, just because you in your 40s and 50s doesn't mean that life is over, sis. Listen to me. Life is just beginning. And here's the truth of the matter is this. You get to write the story. So be thankful this Thankful Thursday that you don't have to sit and wait on anybody to do anything for you. You don't have to get permission, that you can create this exceptional life for yourself. Listen, this 2.0 version that you're about to go into, it's all about you, sis. And you need to be thankful for that. You are the author, and I'm excited to see the story you're going to write yourself in. Listen, it's all about self-care. Remember, self-care is not an option, it's a lifestyle. So until tomorrow, I want you to be thankful and keep it moving.